this feels so good. So damn good. And I haven't even started yet. So that's it. I'm all set for about 6 days on the Murchison River. Sitting about 170 k's east of Kalbarri as the river flows. The Murchison is just like an absolute zigzag the whole way. So it's definitely going to test me, and I think I'm somewhat prepared, but no bloody idea what to expect. Now there's normally not this much water in here. Very, very seasonal. Kalbarri is almost halfway up the WA coast, so it is quite dry, it is quite arid, and you've got very much desert straight inland of Kalbarri. In summer, the whole joint can flash flood very, very easily. Luckily for me, the last couple of weeks have had a lot of rain, and they've actually stopped raining the last week and a half. So this has led to enough water upstream, flowing downstream, filling up the river, and actually giving me something to paddle on, which is amazing. So if there's a time to do it, it's definitely now.
It was a really, really cold first night. I didn't expect it to get this cold. I looked at the weather and looked at all the minimums and kind of, dropped a couple of degrees just in case. I'm in a slightly cooler little pocket of air, and I definitely should have dropped a few more when preparing. I think this gives a good indication. I've got some ice on my zips there. Might need to try that one. Defrost, get it out of the freezer. I'm already in a spot where I might have to get out and start walking. I've been paddling for 100 meters. So all around here it's kind of like stations and big farms, and then there's a good couple hundred meters on either side of the Murchison that there's no farming. Obviously it's all rocks, trees, high salinity in the kind of low-lying swampy areas. So it's no good for farming, but it's great for bird life. There is birds everywhere. Right in front of me there's 4 black swans, which I didn't expect to see up here. So I'm officially passing from the east to the west side of the highway, and from here on now is next stop's Kalbarri. Just in this forever maze of trying to find the deepest water. In this first, I've only made it about 8 k's. And I've probably had to get across little rocky waterfalls and shallow bits of water probably 40 plus times already. So I know it's going to get better, and I'm glad this is happening on the first day, not the last day. So I have a feeling I'm literally racing the last of this water to the deeper parts of the Murchison River. Yeah, literally give it a couple more days and I wouldn't be able to do this. Just had my wisdom teeth out, still recovering, but I knew it was a now or never situation. Just got all my bloody antibiotics and all that kind of rubbish with me, just in case. But yeah, because if I left it till the next week, there's no chance. Like, it's all rocks. You can see the water way down there. Just how do you get to it?
We lay on chairs broken with bottles of empty beer. We all sing and we wonder wide open. We're happy to have you here. And thinking of times when we're over, we're happy to start fresh thoughts. Wailing it off my shoulder, and it's clear enough in my mind. Slow go, it'll take forever. We can wait just one more. 'Cause bad times don't fly, so I'm taking happiness to stay.
Welcome to the mighty Murchison. And I bet you this was flowing a week ago. This is what it's reduced to here. Don't even need to pull my kayak up, it's that shallow. And it's just basically working our way through these little trees, little paper barks, and just steady. Murchison literally narrows to nothing here. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Doesn't look like it the right way. I know there's water over this side. How amazing is this? 3 hours to get 5 kilometers. Whew. It's tough going. Time to keep going. What an absolute belter of a day. That has literally thrown everything at me. From climbing down waterfalls with the fully loaded kayak to trying to meander the last 2 k's of these massive boulders. Walking the kayak like a dog in those kilometre after kilometre of shallow water. Just trying to follow the Murchison, to be honest. It definitely has a few diversions, and if you pick the wrong one, you're going to be paddling for a while and then have to drag your kayak across ground for a while anyway to find the water again. But no one out here, as you'd expect. The most beautiful landscape. It's just quickly evolving from today. You know, this morning was just kind of like she oaks and cypress pines where I started, to then kind of scrubland and then rocky kind of outcrops, and now I'm amongst the giants, and I know these cliffs are only going to get bigger and bigger. So, pretty awesome camp last night. Magic little spot. Woke up a few times going, oh shit, is the water coming up? But there was no rain, or there was just tiny little bit of like few sprinkles last night. But I mean, just incredible. Unfortunately though, I literally start off once again where I left off yesterday. Walking the kayak through these rapids, and it looks like it goes down a fair way, so I'll probably be at it for a while. Another day, another couple hundred rapids. I'm going to show you guys how beautiful this is. So if I get more of these, I can make some pretty serious ground, but if I don't, we're going to face a water issue. Boiled up some water last night, added some aqua traps to it as well, and and I can confirm it is not good for drinking, unfortunately. That was my go-to, that was my plan, is I'd be able to get a couple of litres kind of throughout the whole trip to sustain myself, but in actual fact I really just should have packed a couple more litres of water. It really is bloody wild out here. From where I am right now, on the cliff line, I can see 3 eagles, and I know there's another 2 on the other side. I don't know how these little birds bloody survive. Wow. They're just like circling only head height above the water in front of me. Eagles everywhere. What the hell? It's like a family of eagles. There we go. 600 mils of nature's finest. Thank you. Getting windy. This wind just channels through these gorges. The last few Ks, well, whole morning's been pretty bloody tough going. Only just hit the 13k mark, and so I'm going to stop for lunch and just rest for a little bit. I'm going to try and do another 17Ks today, try and hit the 30 mark. Reason I stopped here is because we've got such a awesome little spring that must be happening up here somewhere, filtering all the way down. Some really good water. So whatever I use for cooking and just to quench my thirst now, I'll top straight back up with this. It's awesome. Just goes from so deep or so wide to then this so often. Probably about 6 to 8 times per kilometre. They're generally all about 100 metres. These rapids are definitely taking their toll. Again, like countless amounts. Wouldn't be too, nowhere near as difficult if it was just a river with no rapids. That'd be